roommates. Your roommates. Y'all, listen. We just over here praising God. Come on in, roommates. Come on in. Come on in. Every time I say come on in, y'all, Phoenix, something has interrupted and is trying to reconnect. But I think we might be good. Every time I say come on in, I'm reminded of my childhood friend, Tammy. She tells me, she say every time you go live and you say come on in, she say I always feel so, I love when you say that. And so, Tammy, this is to you tonight. I love you, girl. And so, yeah, we just prayed in, guys, and I am here with a beautiful sister. But I'm going to need y'all to come on in because tonight we're going to be talking about turning pain into purpose, okay? So come on in. Hey, Q, I see you. I love you. Hey, Brown Fox. We got a phone that's going in and out. I believe it's Facebook. I'm not sure, but we're going to work with it because one is steady going. And so, yeah. So, guys, welcome. Welcome. And sorry for my tardiness. I we was in here playing dress up, y'all. Okay? And I don't know if y'all can see this bed piece. I think I got it. Yeah.
If you want to show them the piece, show them the piece.
Show these people.
Yeah, show them the piece.
Guys. And so, I am over here at Endless Fashions Boutique. And I'm just going to step over here and let y'all see this bed number this woman has put me in. They don't see me over here, do they? Baby, look at this number. Okay. All right. Okay, now that we done got that out of the way. Because, honey, talk about unique in every sense of the word, y'all. I just had to stand up and get to y'all in a row. Okay? But without further ado, all right, I'm going to take this time to introduce our wonderful house guest. Okay? So, roommates, you guys need to help me welcome our house guest. She is a wife, a mother, a product of the Robert Taylor Housing Development. We don't call them projects around here. Gang! A survivor of substance use. The founder of Project Wings, Women and Family Recovery Home and Services, the owner and operator of this big, and I mean big, boutique, Endless Fashions, and a fashion curator and the visionary behind an upcoming fashion showcase that I need all my roommates, okay? Those of you who are into fashion, this is one event you do not want to miss, okay? And it is going to be highlighting Black dandyism, okay? And if any of you guys have taken note and you watch and follow the Met Gala 2025 was about Black dandyism. And it's titled A Walk with Our Ancestors. And this event is going to occur on Sunday, September 21st. So you can go and go to my bio and you will see, not my bio, but you could go on my page and you will see that I've been showcasing that this event is going to occur. And without further ado, okay, please, roommates, help me in welcoming my dear sister in Christ, a wonderful friend and sister, Miss Justice Macklin.
Hey, y'all.
Welcome.
Thank you.
My roommates are excited. You are so
really
welcome. And I'm thankful to be invited. I'm thankful that you are sitting here with me. And I've talked to you multiple times since I've met you. And you have such an inspiring story, Justice.
Thank you.
And your name is thebomb.com. All right, Justice? Yes. Okay, so we're going to go on and jump on in. Okay? And so today, roommates, we are going to take a journey through resilience, recovery, fashion, and most importantly, faith. Okay? And the way we start Rumor Has It here is a Bible verse every time after we introduce. And so I thought that 2 Corinthians 12 and 9 was very fitting for us tonight. And it tells us, "But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness." And when we are going through pain, sometimes it's so difficult to try to figure out how we're going to push through, even in trying to work through and push through, right? And so, sis, who is Justice Macklin?
Justice Macklin is a young lady or a little girl, you know what I'm saying, from the south side of Chicago, who is still finding her way.
Yes.
That's who's Justice Macklin. My government name is Joyce, and I chose Justice because all the things I went through in life, God showed me who I was. He said, "I'm gonna make this right for you.
That's it.
It's gonna be justice."
Yes.
And he said just, but I said put justice on there
That's
because
it.
a lot of things came through that. That was birthed through that. And so we're doing this podcast today, and I said, "God, what is this 9th month? What does it mean?"
Yes.
He said, "You're gonna give a brand new birth." You know what I'm saying? Like we carry a baby.
Yes.
You know, and it says now you're gonna birth this thing out. You're gonna let people know who you are.
Yes.
You understand? You're gonna tell the world where you come from. Because today someone needs to be blessed.
That's it.
And so justice is the name that I gave myself when I came out.
That's it.
You understand? When I
I
came
like
out that madness,
The rebirth.
the rebirth.
The rebirth.
That's what it is.
Where all things old are considered dead, and then comes all things new.
Exactly.
We've known each other for a very short time, but I feel like we have soul ties on so many levels, and we've had those conversations. I too grew up in a public housing development, and so there's no judgment when it comes to the things of knowing that you can persevere and be resilient no matter what the circumstances are.
Exactly.
So with that being said, growing up in a Robert Taylor homes, what has shaped your view of life and resilience?
Growing up in the Robert Taylor home, the very thing that shaped my way of seeing things the way I am today is the fact that I can look back on the people that saw me coming up as this, person that was in mess, in my madness. And when I look back and see where I come from and where I'm at today, I just really just want to reach out to the people that still suffering and going through what they're going through, because I know that if God did it for me, He could do it for them, right? So what shaped me is that pain. That pain that I went through, I don't never want anyone to go through it.
Yes.
But the pain shaped me. My children, when I look at them, coming up when they were taken from me, it shaped me. It made me into a woman that I didn't know was about to happen. God, we never know what God has in plan for us. If we fortunate enough, if we blessed enough, we just go with the program. I detour. I went to the left, I went to the right, but you know what? God had a plan for me. I never knew I was going to be at this point.
That's it.
I know what I asked Him for. You know what I'm saying? And they said faith without work is dead, right?
Faith without works is dead.
So I understand that there was some work needed to be done in this. I did believe in God, but that work part, I didn't do. You know what I'm saying? The way I should initially. Exactly. But now that I understand, because a lot of us lack, we perish because of lack of knowledge, and that was me, because I didn't understand. Now I said, okay, God, He wanted me to be in alignment. He wanted me to believe, and He wanted me to commit. So I said, okay, I started to do that, and so things started happening. It didn't happen like this, It didn't happen fast, It took baby steps for me. I'm just grateful to God that He chose me.
Because it could have been anybody.
Oh my God.
But it was absolutely you. You just said something that that has kind of been a moniker of mine anyway in life, becoming a young mom. I became a mom as a teenager. Our children become almost, especially when we're in those spaces when we just don't understand, but we have these little people looking up to us and needing things from us. And our children become our sense of purpose,
yes,
right? Our sense of being, our reason for changing, right? And so, with that being said, could you tell us a little bit about how, because you two were a teenage mom.
Exactly.
Okay, so how did you navigate being a young mom and dealing with some of the struggles that you have dealt with?
So being a young mom, I was fortunate enough to have my mom. During that time, my mom, she helped us out with anything if it was in reason, right? So it wasn't really a struggle in that area. My struggle was with me.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
It was me with the people pleasing.
Yes.
It was me trying to fit in.
Yes.
It was me not knowing who I was. So it had nothing to do with my children at the time, because I did have a mother that was like, okay, I'll keep the kids. What I was doing when I was under influence, I was studying making babies.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Not being responsible. And I could just really say, I really wasn't trying to have kids.
Yes.
I was just trying to have fun, if
Yes.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly
So,
what makes sense.
but I'm grateful for my babies. They have made me the woman I am with the exception of God. It's just made me love people so unconditional. You understand?
Yeah.
You understand? Like my children, before they knew who God was, they thought I was God.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, they looked up to
And
you.
it's like, even though when I got myself together and went to a recovery home for women with children, I wasn't doing it for myself.
That's it.
I was doing it for my children. It didn't make sense for me to do it for myself, because my mind was still, I still have residue from, the drugs. So when you took my babies, all I know is, look, I got to fight for these kids. My kids' father going to kill me if I don't get these babies back.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just doing it for the kids. But I really wasn't in it. I'm going to be honest with you. Because if I could, I would have went right back out.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
But by my heart being the way it was, and I love my children, I was doing it for them.
Yes. Phoenix, is it a reason that, I'm so sorry, sis,
That's right.
because that keep going in and out. And so I'm sorry, y'all. Facebook, and I know our Facebook friends are watching and really trying to be in tune here. And so for some reason, one of our devices is just not giving us what it needs to give, but just as we still got your Facebook going. So
It's
we
the devil.
it's the devil.
You can't have no. He don't want nobody to be saved tonight.
And he don't want nobody to be saved tonight, but we bringing people on in, okay? We bringing
Come
people
on in, y'all.
And so, with that being said, Justice, how old were you when you started to kind of dibble and dabble on the drug scene, and how did you navigate? I know you said the kids, and the kids is the perfect.
Into back then it was called Karachi.
Yep.
So I was tuning Karachi. I was around a different group of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they introduced me to it.
That's it.
You understand? That's the only way I can put it. I'm gonna be straight
That's
with
it.
you.
That's it.
And I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But guess what? I wanted to fit in.
Yeah.
That was a part of my people pleasing.
That's the part of the people pleaser.
And
doing things that we know we should be doing, and that
yeah, we just want to be a part of something, you know. And I began to use that drug for many years, but it was always to fit in. I never liked it.
Yep.
You understand? That's crazy, right?
But you know what? I mean, that feelings of wanting to escape.
Yes. I wanted to be accepted, though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if it had mean for me to do drugs, and that's what I did. I'm very, very smart in school, but it's something missing.
Yes.
And that a lot of times that be the household. You know what I'm saying?
I was just gonna say that. What in hindsight, because we know hindsight is 20/20. What would you say was missing in your childhood that you were seeking in those moments?
A father.
A father. Yes.
I was missing my dad.
Yes.
I didn't have that. I think there's a lot of African American women that miss their father in their household. And in my relationships, I was looking for the father and the man.
Yeah.
You understand? That's why I dated older men.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
It makes sense. It definitely makes sense.
So when you're missing that part, even though my mother was married to a man that I didn't like, I didn't see that he was leadership material.
Yes.
So therefore, it was like, okay, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I was a different type of kid.
Yes.
Although I knew right from wrong, but I chose the wrong path. I'm gonna be honest with you. Karachi.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, but I wanted to fit in.
Yeah.
I even tried to sell it. We try to do so much when we're younger, coming up in a dysfunctional household, trying to, make sure my sisters who had children before me were 14 and were 15 and 16, they were babies. Yes. And they could not fend for themselves as far as, when public aid came around, your parents get the money if you wasn't up to age.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. Or didn't have a baby. Oh.
No. If you didn't have a baby, you wouldn't qualify anyway. But by my sister and them having babies at a younger age, and then my mom was dibbing and dabbling. Yeah. So it just really made it hard for them. So I feel like I had to step up as a big sister to make sure my baby sisters were taken care of. Yeah. So that took me to another level where I would start doing other things like pickpocketing. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Stealing and taking to make sure they were okay. You know. So, this life with drugs, it took me on a roller coaster. It took me to different levels in my life. It took me to the place where I degraded myself. Yeah. We do a lot of things with drugs. But hey, my life is an open book. Absolutely. Just thank God that didn't no real big thing come out of that. Yes. I ain't got no AIDS, so at the end of the day, I just thank God that I'm still standing.
That's right.
And I can tell my story and may help somebody else.
That's right. What you are explaining literally is resilience, right? Entering into something, really the unknown, because Karachi, aka heroin, aka dope, that could have took you out. Exactly. Let alone just on the roller coaster that you went on. But also, God gave us these tests, and they become our testimony. I can tell you this, and I'm sure you hear it, and even if you don't, I'm gonna tell you this. You don't look like what you've gone through. You look good. I randomly met you. Like, this is God ordained, right? I randomly met you even before Sister Lois and Dolores Bailey. Thank you. I love you so much. You are literally my big sister. Always have been. Always had my best interests at heart. And the fact of some of the things that we're getting ready to do, and we're super excited about. But even before Lois made the connection with us, somehow me and you became Facebook friends. Mm-hmm. And I was watching you. And I was like, that's a dope chick. Like swag on 1,000. Hair stay lit, and your energy is infectious. And so you do not, sis, look like what you've been through. And so for that, I am giving you big claps up, okay?
Thank you.
Yes. All right. So the journey through recovery, right? Let's get to talking about some of this good stuff with the recovery home and all of that stuff, right? Because this is a really great, amazing, a great story of overcoming. Right? And so you talked a little bit about, dipping and dabbling with drugs at an early age, having your children young and stuff like that. What was your turning point? What was your turning point from the old you to your journey of recovery? You mentioned a moment ago losing the children at some point. So what was your turning point? What was the turning point from Joyce to Justice?
So, after my children were taken from me, and I realized after being in the recovery home for 23 months, that I decided I wanted to do it for me, because I have reservations. You understand? And what happened is I was in a recovery home with like 23 women with their children. So, women, anyway, it came too many of us to be in one place, right?
I agree.
But God made it what we did. And some of the women walked out and left their children. And they was like, I can't do it no more. And I was like, well, if you leave your babies, so that for me, just to see those women take that route and leave their babies, that hurted me. You know, because I couldn't provide for them because I wanted to help the babies.
Yes,
you know?
Of course.
So I knew then I had to fight harder because I had that same reservation. You understand what I'm trying to say? But once I realized I had to do it for myself, that's when I got a rude awakening. And that's when God gave me the gift.
Yes.
And so then I knew that it was God doing this. I still was learning who I was. I still was learning the word, learning God. But, you know, people was telling me they stirred about who he was to them. Yes. But I needed him to be who he was to me.
That's it.
You know, so I needed a relationship with him. And so you could tell me your story, but when he spoke to me, I knew it was real because he spoke to me a long time ago when I was walking through them dog alleys, right? And he kept me through the valley because people think that the valley was safe for me. He took me through there, you know, and I just thank God for that. So when I came to the Rude Awakening, I met a young lady by the name of Jashawn Hill. And we was in a meeting, and I heard her speak. She was way much younger than me, but she was speaking this recovery thing. She was popping it. You mean she just was working a 12-step program, which was saved my life.
Yes. The
12-step program saved my life.
Yes.
I don't know what it did for somebody else, but you literally, if you really want this thing, you have to work a 12-step program.
That's what I've heard.
You have to. I'm telling you, and it doesn't happen overnight. Mm-hmm. You know, so my first step was acceptance. You understand? I had to accept who I was, where I came from, and I had to be okay with that. You understand? And when I began to accept that, then she began to talk to me, and I watched this lady because I didn't want anybody. I went to every meeting she was at. I just wanted to make sure if this was the right one. And she began to work with me through a 12-step program. If I wanted it, I had to come and get it. So she'll tell me, meet me on the north side. I wouldn't even drive it. I would catch maybe 2 buses, 1 train, or whatever to get and make a meeting with her so she can go over the 12-step program with me. I then realized that this is what I wanted. I was thirsty for it at this point because I wanted to understand what that sickness was. You understand? Why was I after this drug? Why was it attacking me? What can I do to make myself better? Right? She had the answers through the book, but she was the one teaching it.
That's it.
So she said, if you want, you gotta come get it.
That's it.
And I did.
Yeah.
And it took me about maybe 5 years to finish the 12-step program.
Okay.
So people think it's overnight. You didn't get high overnight. It didn't happen overnight. So it took me a long time, you know, to go through the program. But you know what? When I did know about the 12-step program, it taught me who I was.
Yes.
The deepest truth of who I was.
The deepest truth of who you were.
And I had to write it down on paper.
Yes.
It helped me.
Yes.
And I know that you don't even have to have no type of mind alternate chemical in your body to work a 12-step program. It helps you. I just think people accept need to work the program.
No, oh yeah, I agree with you. I had a family member that was in the 12-step program because her husband was
she was doing an alumni.
Yeah, and she needed to know how to
help
him. Yeah, absolutely. And so with that, you entered into the recovery home. You started working this 12-step program like it wasn't nobody business because you knew it was going to save your life, right? Okay. Obviously, you
I really didn't know.
Okay.
I just know that the way that she was talking about her story, and she was like, her story was like, you can't look at me and believe it. The stories that you hear in those rooms and you see the survivors.
Yeah.
You know it got to be a God.
That's it.
You understand? You know it got to be a God.
That's it.
I mean, I met women that was having sex with their fathers, having babies by their daddies. When they programmed, and they were standing there, you know, and strong and talking about it and dealing with it. You understand? So I knew I wanted what they had.
That's it. That's it.
And I just had to keep coming back. And that's what I did.
What is the most valuable lesson that you learned about healing and rebuilding?
The most valuable lesson that I learned about healing and rebuilding is it takes one day at a time. You can't do it no faster than that.
How did I almost know you were about to say that?
You can't do it one day at a time. One day at a time. One day. One moment. 1 second. Just do one day.
One day at a time. Like one foot in front of the other. Like literally just take it. Just be in the moment. appreciate it for what it is, understand what you've come through and what you've overcome, and that is more fuel for the fire to keep you going.
Yes.
Roommates, she cut up. I ain't got to do no therapeutic, nothing. The lady is out here. At Facebook, don't be mad at me. Y'all can go over to Instagram on Rumor Has It, or you can go to Justice Macklin page. But when this is over, I'm going to post a clean version of this. I hate that it's going in and out, but I got y'all. I love y'all. Cool. Okay. How did your experience growing up, substance use, young mom, losing the kids, getting a recovery home, pulling it all back together, how did that experience inspire the birth of Project Wings?
So that experience inspired the birth of Project Wings because when I was in this recovery home, I saw a lot of things that was not right.
Okay.
You understand? And it was like, for me, I knew that the individual who was running the recovery home, they were doing underhand stuff. They were taking our money and using it for certain things. Although the state was paying them, we had to pay them not only cash, but food stamps.
Oh, God.
So pay
Just
the
being
food
greedy,
stamps. And so and then it was like it wasn't a lot of research. It was enough of research for us being there to come out and be ready for the world. Because we had an individual there that she ran the program, but she was, as the women started to grow and started to look better and look good, then she would down them. And so I was like, God, I even had words with her. I said, God, I want to recovery home because I know that I would do something different, and I know that that if I had it, I wouldn't just be excluded. It was just a one-man team with her and her husband. Yeah. But when you have a recovery home, you need a whole village. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I just said, God, if you bless me, I promise you I'll do it right.
Yes.
I'll do it to your liking.
Yes.
You understand? Yes. So that's where that came from. I knew that by me being there, I wasn't treated right. Yeah. I just wasn't. I wasn't treated right. I was in a small room with just me and my 3 children. When we got there, we didn't have clothes, we didn't have underwear, we didn't have the things that we needed. And when you go to places like that, it should be like clothing for them to give you when you come in. And I didn't have that. Me and my children were wrapped up in a sheet, naked. Where I washed with my children. Clothing was soap from another young lady who gave me some soap. Wow. Put their clothes on the radiator until it's dry. So there's a lot of things that I was humiliated when I was there, but it taught me so much. That was the greatest strength for me. I didn't understand it. I cried at night. I asked God to show me a better way, and I started growing. I started helping the women. I started being strength. I started taking them to their court appointments. I started taking them to their doctor's appointments. You became the advocate of the spot. Right. But even though the lady that was running the place, she didn't like me because the women were gravitating to me. She really made it hard for me. But I started using some of the skills that I got when I was out in the streets. Well, my survival skills. That's it. When we had to take some of those things, those character defects, we have to take with us. We can't let all of it go. Some of those things are our survival skills that helped me to get through the program. And so I said, once I get in a place where God wants me to, I will build a program. Okay. And so God has sent someone for my job for a motor company. Thank God for my job. They're my first business partner.
Yes.
They helped me get to
motor
this
company.
Yes. I thank God for them. Young man forcing me to take some classes, and I met this young man out here, and he just kept gravitating to me. And then we were just talking about a lot of things, and he was like, what do you like to do? I said, I want to open up a recovery home for women and children. All the time, this man was sponsored for. Was the man, as we want to call it, And he just listened to my stuff and said, so what make you prepare to do this? Why are you so anxious? Why are you so excited? Why are you so, and I was like, well, that's what was my life. Come to find out, his mom, he was mixed with Japanese and black. He speak 8 different languages. And he just helped me. He's sponsored right now. He sponsored me. He's trying to find me a place. He asked me what did I want, and I just can't believe you have not because you asked not. I'm just grateful because God is sending strangers.
That's it.
You know, I'm not putting my family down. I'm not putting anybody. It's just that I have experienced people that have not been around me to see my stories. They have helped me the most.
That's it.
And I'm just so grateful.
See, strangers see in us what because they don't have no horse in a race.
Yes.
Okay. A person is either going to help you or not, and this can be family or non-family member. But see, you know, there's this statement that says familiarity breeds contempt, right? Mm-hmm. And essentially, what that says is because you're so familiar with me, you ain't gonna let me live down that I was once or that I was once a dope fiend, mm-hmm. that I once lost my kids, that the things that I still struggle. You ain't gonna let me live that down. But for somebody else, that same story becomes, man, you know, my mom went through something, and I wish I could have helped her. Now let me see how I can help you have that dream come to life, and it to be something that can help others. Rumor has it is a year old in the flesh, but conceptually, it's about 3 years old, and God brought it to me. Okay, and I am thriving in the business of fashion styling. I am thriving in this podcasting world simply because 90% of the people that support me are people who have never met me, people who like my people that follow me on not our family and friends on Facebook, our followers. I got like 2,000 followers. I don't know 99% of them. But they are the ones that DM me and say, man, what you're doing is great. Man, can you talk about this topic? Blah, 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 blah. But I'm with you because our family is going to hold us in contempt of any and everything that we've gone through. And they're not going to allow us to flourish into these better versions of ourselves without reminding us of how messed up we've been.
At that part. But guess what? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Because you have now become the fuel to the fight. Because everybody can't go, and everybody ain't gonna get your drink.
Guess what? I'm not fumbling the ball no more.
Baby, we middle-aged women now.
We're not fumbling the ball no more.
We middle-aged women.
It's my whole thing is to bring us together.
That's
it. Put the dollar back in the community.
That's it.
To mentor to these children. Yes. There's no more big mama and little mamas. I mean, and Medeas.
That's right.
And it's like, we
have to be
mamas. Exactly.
That's it.
So we have to be example.
That's it.
And I really just want to thank you for coming out. I really do because
welcome. Baby.
I watch you and I follow you and I'm just grateful because guess what? You helped me. On different levels.
Praise God. Praise God.
When I listen to your podcast, I said, look at this sister. She's doing her thing.
And I ain't even, I'm just getting started.
But listen,
because
you're on fire.
I got to sit and do this eventually where the questioning is reversed. Mm-hmm. Because so many people want to know my story. Yes. Because I've overcome a lot of things as well. And I still go through stuff. But I have to I owe it to my roommates. I owe y'all roommates. Some of you guys know, but you don't know the half, right? Even those of you who grew up with me, the things that I've gone through, the things that I've overcome, the silent battles, the public battles, right? And people lose sight of the pain that we push through because of, aesthetically looking good. And that's unfair. Right.
But sometimes we be dressed up lies.
Because a lot of
times you gotta dress that pain up.
Yeah.
Me coming in the shop today.
Yeah.
Dealing with a lot of other stuff. Mm-hmm. Now I have nothing to do with it. Just dealing with a son that got 31 years in penitentiary. Mm-hmm. A son that just, got a closet bed, almost died, and just dealing with stuff. But you know what? God don't put too much on you, right? No. And just being a person that's people look up to.
Yes.
I don't want people to think
so much pressure.
No, right? But guess what? Nobody's perfect, right?
Nobody.
So when you said you would come out, I said I got to let people. Well, a lot of people know my story. Mm-hmm. I don't have any secrets. My life is an open book. Because guess what? I'll tell people all the time you can't even walk in one of my shoes.
That's it. It's difficult. It's difficult. I mean, I remember trying to rush to school and rush back home, and then one day it hit me like every time you leave and when you come back, the same people out here. You ain't missing nothing. Go on and develop yourself, right? And then be okay with leaving certain things behind. So I learned how to leave things behind at a very early age. Okay, this not about me, but baby, come on. Okay, what is the mission behind Project Wings? We finna knock fashion dead upside the head in 1 minute. What is the mission behind Project Wings?
My mission is to bring families together.
That's it.
All I want, because a lot of times the women that's out there and they're using, and you know, if a lot of times you go in the recovery home, they don't have a recovery home for women with children anymore. I haven't seen it. And I got clean in 1991. Oh. So I haven't seen a facility for women with children. And that a lot of times women don't want to even do it without their babies. They just feel like
that's the strength.
That's their strength. Exactly. So my mission is to bring families together. We are so separated and so hard. Mm-hmm. You know, there's no more family no more. We don't even sit at the table, eat no more. Yeah. You know, it's just not, because so many of us on our cell phones. Like I try to get around my babies now. We like, okay, put the phones up. That's it. Because let's have some conversations. Let's talk about where you want to go in life, what we can do. And so that's where I'm at today. You know, if they can come in, if people come in and support me and help me with this project, because I can't do it by myself.
We got you. Listen, y'all hear the woman. Project Wings. We need to get it up off the ground. I might know some people that know some people. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I too am working through some stuff where we out here needing some money, honey, and we gonna get it. We gonna get it, because God already told me that I'm, millionaire status is very, very close.
That's right.
It's very, very close. I said it. I'm gonna need y'all to touch and agree with me. Okay. What words of hope would you share with women who are where you once were, fighting to rebuild their lives and their families?
The words of hope that I can give to the individual, the women who is walking in the shoes that I walk in, I can tell them, trust God. Trust God. And be open. Be open to help. Mm-hmm. You know, trust God.
That's period.
Yeah.
That's just period. Like it is not anything above that, because in 2015 I've always believed in God. But in 2015 is when I built my relationship with God, because I was at my rock bottom, emotionally, dealing with alcoholism, just dealing with a bunch of stuff, and I needed to just refocus and do all types of stuff. But trust God.
Trust God.
All right. So, rumor has it, wink, wink. Mm-hmm. Rumor has it that you are a fashion icon, okay? And that you are the owner and founder and have a calling in fashion, right? She is the owner of Endless Fashion Boutique. I am literally, guys, sitting in her boutique. Baby, every time I wear something from her, I'm going to post it, starting with this jacket. But she got some sharp stuff in here for my fashion girlies, okay? Please come by and check her out. 7801 South Kedzie. 7801 South Kedzie. All right. So rumor has it that we get ready to do some stuff. And so is rumor has it like involved in some capacity or another? I don't know. I mean, is it a rumor or is it true? What's happening?
Yes. It is. It's true. Yes. Rumor has it's going to turn it up. Going to send it up out there. Yes. I'm so excited.
So, guys, I got the call. A few, close to about a month ago. And, yes, I see all the hearts. And again, my good old sister, okay, in Christ, Dolores Bailey, has made this connection.
I love you, Dolores.
With Justice and I. For some reason, I believe all them pods is good. Okay. And I was asked if I could host the red carpets of the fashion show that's happening on September 21st. And guys, do y'all know how addicted I've always been to red carpet interviews like asking like, oh, so what are you wearing? And what is your fashion take? And blah, blah, blah. Y'all, this is a dream come true for me. So first of all, sister, thank you for clearing up the rumor. It is true. Rumor has it it's going to be live and direct from the... What's the name of the show, sister?
It's called Black Dandy, A Walk with Our Ancestors.
Just know we gonna come stepping.
Yes.
Just know we stepping hard.
Yeah.
Okay. And can you tell the people where it's gonna be and when it's gonna be?
It's gonna be September the 21st.
Sunday.
That's gonna be a Sunday from 4 to 7, and it's gonna be at 4101 South Drexel at the Drexel Fountain outside.
At the iconic. Let's be very clear. At the iconic Drexel Fountain.
Come on.
Baby, talk about the depressive days that I've had walking and sitting around that fountain crying about a dude that didn't do nothing but give me some good old lessons. Thank you, sugar. And some wonderful children too. But
right,
that place is a site of rejuvenation for me in some of my darkest days.
Oh wow.
And so I am thankful to be a part of this. But I have some questions. Okay, I got some questions. All right. What does Black Dandy represent to you?
It represents us.
Us.
It's all about us.
Yes.
You know, it's where we come from.
Yes.
You know, Black Dandy is just the way we expressed ourselves in the days when we didn't have the things that we wanted.
Yeah.
So we would dress up and we would laugh and we would talk. And, you know, and so those days are the days I'm trying to bring back to this 2025. Because I'm a vintage type of culture. I'm a vintage modern girl, right?
Yes.
And for the younger generation to see that, you know, I just want them to see that, you know, all the people back then that fought and all those things, like the young lady I sent you the yeah, you know, it's just
the young lady, man, she's so dope. I can't think of her name.
I love her. Her name is Love.
Yeah.
And you know, Black Dandiness is a culture back then. That's all we did. We wore suits and skirts.
That's it.
And we just show our appreciation.
Pocket watches.
Yes, all of that. You know, it just was a
men.
I would love for a lot of the younger generation to come and see what it really means. They say like African Americans, we always like to shine, but that's just in us. You know what I'm saying? That's who we are.
We have shaped the culture.
Yes, exactly.
Like fashion. We are. If you notice, like some of the, and I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay. We for the first time in history, for a lot of these big luxury brands, your Louis Vuittons, your Gucci's, all of these places, all of these big billion-dollar companies are now hiring Black creative directors. Let's be very clear.
Well, you know, one of the guys that I follow, and his name is, help me out, that's my guy. I mimic a lot of his stuff. His name is
yeah, tell me so I can follow him.
Dapper Day.
Oh, Dapper Dan. Dapper Dan, I think. From originally, yes. Where he was like from Haiti or something. Yes. Oh.
And so he just really is, he
started off an old school pimp.
Yeah, but he started off a lot
of things.
So I just really like his story. I like that he started like I like the secondhand store, so I know how to. You know, I started off there. He did. And so it's just like, I just love his story.
He creatively designing for Gucci
exactly,
now.
because they had no other choice.
They had no choice.
They had no other choice.
They deported him, baby. That man went over to Paris.
Yes. They had no other choice. So that lets you know. You know, it's like, you know, all the ladies that I have here, I love each and every last one of them. My thing was always to collaborate.
That's it.
You know, and so, you know, I don't compete. Because guess what? What we do know, we can't take none of this stuff with us.
That's it.
You know, and so when we learn to come together as a people, we grow. You understand? So my thing is that I know I'm the only boutique here in Chicago who's collaborating. I see other women now that I have, you know, collaborated with. They want to get other designers in. I just know that we are the one.
We are.
You know,
we are the chosen.
We are the chosen. Exactly. I can't make it no plainer. You know,
we are the chosen.
And I'm just grateful to God that I get a chance to see it. You know, He told me, and God is good because when I sat with a young lady and told her I'm gonna open up a boutique for black designers, she came in this shop to remind me.
Speak those things that are not as though they were.
That's right. She said I had to come in here and let you know. Remember, we sit in this right here and we cried and we talked. She said, I'm so proud of you. You know, a lot of times I just really have to get in a quiet place.
That's it.
And thank God for where I'm at. Because, baby, I was torn from the floor. I was messed up. I'm talking about I was messed up.
I'm thankful.
I was gone, y'all. I'm talking about.
You should be so proud of yourself.
I was gone. You know, when I see people look at me today,
with some Kleenex in it.
It's like they really don't understand. You know, they look at me and looking at the outside. Mm-hmm. And it's not about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, we got to stop it.
You have come leaps and bounds. If you did not tell your story to me, I would not know your story. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful because people closest to us is going to constantly remind us of that. But it's people like me, it's people like you that can honestly see and appreciate your growth. And sister, I'm glad that God used you for those valleys. And now that he always told us that you will be blessed in the city, be blessed in the field. You will be the lender and not the borrower. You will be blessed in the city and blessed in the field. You, my sister, have passed the test. You should be proud. You should shed tears of joy whenever that calls us for it. You have earned the right to be in whatever space that you're in.
I'm grateful. You know, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be.
That's it.
And I'm just so grateful that He takes His time and molded me the way He did. Because I'm going to tell you, there's so much more work I have to do.
That's it.
You know, it's just so much more.
We're working until we get up out of here.
Yeah, and it's I just really ask God to do His will and not mine. Because anytime I touch something, it don't be
not at all.
You know, but I'll be emotional about it because you know the Bible says you can't be a prince in your own house.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like I want to take people that God said that can't go with me. Mm-hmm. And that hurts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It does hurt.
It does.
It doesn't feel good.
But you gotta let it go. And I did it this year. I did a lot of leaps and bounds. I did a lot of things that God told me to do. I was obedient. And I said, I'm going to do what you tell me to do, God. Mm-hmm. And everything you told me to do, I'm telling you, I did it.
Yes.
I didn't even hesitate. And He sunned the people like, do this, do that, do it. My spiritual coach is like, George, you can't be in a church where they going to be doing all this dancing and jumping and you need the word. So I was like, yeah, I know. And she said, go to West Point. My family went there. I was like, okay. I went there. This man was teaching the word. When I walked in the door, he was in the book. You know, sometimes we go to churches and they don't be in the book. They just tell them stories. But I needed the word. And I needed to be profound. I need to know where you're coming from with it. I don't need you to tell me X, Y, Z. And then that's what I did. I got there. Everything she told me. And I was just asking God to send me the right people to sit around me. He started removing people out of my life. And I'm telling you, it didn't take long. It happened fast.
Listen, you ask and you shall receive. And that's why we have to be very careful with our ask. Because I'm going to tell you, and this is a running joke between my best friend and I, but it's honestly the truth. I said, God, please remove anything, anybody that's not for me, who's against me, who's drilling holes in the boat as we're riding. Like, literally, God, just take them away. And then so the running joke part of this is, I'd be like, and now I'm just left with my best friend, 2 cousins, and a couple of aunties because, they have fallen off.
Yes.
But it also helps you understand who your real village is, because it hurts more when you think that you know someone, but then it comes back. It comes back and it hurts you in more ways than you can even fathom. And so I'm appreciating your tears, your wonderful tears of joy, because you are something that you use, a term that you've used with me more than once, real but rare. Okay? And so with that being said, your motto being real but rare, how does that guide both your fashion life and your personal life?
Real but rare stood out to me when I made a jacket, and I was like, man, this is nice. What can I call this? He said, real but rare. And so real is authentic.
Authenticity, baby.
Okay. So for me, I'm authentic. What you see is what you get.
Is what you get.
Right.
I can attest to that. The lady cold blood.
Listen, and rare is very rare that you find people that speak the truth about themselves. They always try to put themselves on the pedestal. I'm bold with that. That's rare. I'm bold in God. I'm bold in who I am. I tell the story about who I am. I don't never try to go around it, go under. I just go right straight to it, because that's who God made me. So I said, okay, real but rare. You rarely find people that's real. They fake. They phony kick it. Yeah. You understand? I'm not gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you what, and you might not like me for that, but it's okay, because that's who I am.
It's fine. It's fine. Authenticity is key.
Yes.
Because see, you know how they say, tell the truth, and then you don't have to lie to cover up another lie to cover up another lie. When you're authentic, people can't use anything against you.
No.
When I sit up and tell you I'm a recovering dope fiend,
right.
I'm a recovering alcoholic.
Yeah.
What you think you gonna tell me about me?
Okay.
Or what you
know?
Now you gonna make fun of me and my shit that I decided to share with
you?
you?
And they do it all the time.
Oh, but they try to.
Yeah.
Oh, but then you got to back on up off a player like me and you, because who does that?
But the Bible says that me and Mo was talking about it today. How you have to get them off you. It's the word, and I can't quote it verbatim.
Yeah, you ain't got to quote it verbatim.
You got to learn how to step on the scorpions.
That's it.
You understand?
That's it.
Because guess what? We can't let them come against us like that. We gotta know how to fight that thing, right?
Baby.
So a lot of times when people come to me and want to throw up my past, I just tell them, that's your stuff now.
That's yours.
Because you decided to let it live rent free in your head. I let it go.
It's yours.
It's yours.
It's yours. It happened.
That's it.
I've acknowledged that it's happened. I'm not proud of it. What I'm proud of is that I made it out.
Oh, so many did. So many of my girlfriends got found. Man, I can't even tell it all, but I just thank God that He chose me, and I know by Him choosing me, He had a work for me to do.
That's it.
And I gotta do it.
You're doing it. You're doing it. We wearing it down. Okay. How would you describe your style and your fashion vision? Not only for the event that's coming up, the Black Dandyism event, but also for Endless Fashion Boutique.
My style is very unique to me.
Yes, it is. It's extremely.
I like vintage. I love vintage. And vintage to me is something that you can never take away.
It never expires.
Exactly. That part right there.
It's timeless. My quote on Instagram with my fashion stuff is that style, not fashion, not style. Is timeless.
It is.
It is timeless.
It is.
You can. We wearing shit from the 20s, from the 30s, today in 2025, and we making it do what it do.
We're making it our own.
We're making it our own.
So for me, vintage has always been what I like.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But when you mix it with the modern, you give it a twist. That's what makes it style. You understand? So I'm not into what word I want to use, because I don't do the Gucci. I don't do the, brand.
Right.
I'm not into
brands. It doesn't
I'm
matter.
into fashion. So let's make two. That's different.
That's it.
So for me, if I had to present something to anyone that's trying to get into the fashion business, do you? Fashion don't have rules. My mentor told me that. She always talks about that, and she really pushed me to doing this fashion show. I want to give her a shout out and just thank her for just pushing me along the way, because she saw some things in me probably in 2016. She was like, "You bad. You need to show them." And I was like, we our own biggest critic, right?
That's it.
And and so I just thank God for her. I want to give Dolores, I call her Dolores, I call her my spiritual encourager. She probably a lot of other people's spiritual encourager. But I met Dolores in 2019, and she saw something in it, and she prayed for me, and it came to pass. But she reached back out to me in 2024, leading into 2025, and she was talking about my ties. And I believe I shared that with you.
You did.
And she was like, "Man, you got some beautiful pieces still in ties, though." She said, "The Holy Spirit told me to tell you to rename them." And I asked her, "What would they be called?" She said, "Tied Up in Jesus." I said, "What?"
Hallelujah.
So I said, "Okay, I thank you." And she was like, "Joyce, and those belts that I made, a couple of belts."
Girl, you make everything.
So I just thank God for the gift. Thank God for the women that believe in me. I thank God for you.
Thank you.
I
thank God for you.
Yeah, and I just thank God that we can come together and hug and love on one another. Girl, mwah, you beautiful. And then you know what? When you got people like us, we show other people what that looks like.
That is, that's right. And as we should, and the reason I'm able to sit on this platform, it's funny, a couple people, when I started Rumor Has It, and I do these Bible verses and I talk about God throughout, a couple people in my close group said things to me like, "Well, the name of the show is Rumor Has It, when it's going to get messy." And I was like, well, babe, what you don't understand is that my rumor is based out of Genesis 22:26.
Come on.
Nahor's concubine, okay? With them 4 babies and 4 sons. And so the gist of what I'm doing is that God uses the imperfect to spew upon his people the things that to let them know that the imperfect can be used.
That's
too,
right.
Right?
We are the ones that use the most.
And people were kind of concerned about where we would go, how far it go, where it go, and stuff like that. And so I'm with you. I love the real but rare. I love the fact that you have overcome so many things that you have overcome. I love the fact that you are authentically yourself. But I do have to ask you this as we are starting to close out. Why is so here at Endless Fashion Boutique, Justice collaborates with black designers, and throughout her entire store is things that she's designed and other black designers, and that's all she sells. And so with that, why is uplifting black designers so important to your mission?
Because we don't get enough recognition.
I tell you.
We don't, because a lot of things that we do, they steal our ideas, and then we don't shop with one another as much as we should,
We don't.
And we don't even really get a chance to see the artists that are out there that have exclusive pieces.
That's it.
And so God has said this. It wasn't my shop when I did it.
Yeah.
Just that this is the platform for the people.
I'm
gonna use you to do it.
Yes.
So I never make it about me.
That's it.
As you see a lot of different faces up in here, because this is their shop.
Hey, y'all, it's so sharp up in here. I want to buy the whole store.
And I just thank God for the women who believed in me and who trust me. And those women that have their pieces in my shop, they have not even charged me for delivery, for nothing. I know it's God. They like, how some people, well, you didn't give me a percentage and they doing it like a consignment. No, we're not doing that. No, because
It shows.
So like my late mentor told me, Stevie, he was like, I need you to do your memoir. I need you to, because this is so different, Stevie made a lot of. Everybody should know Stevie Edwards. God bless his soul.
Yes,
I love him. I miss him.
When you showed me his picture, I didn't know the name, but when you showed me his picture, I definitely know.
He's the icon for Chicago, and everybody knows him. And I just really miss him because he really was one of the first people who believed in me. And I just want to just give him a shout out, and just thank God for him pushing me and believing in me, and I just thank God for him. He told me, he said, I want you to meet Lisa Ray. Even in death, he allowed me to meet her.
Look at that.
You understand? Even in death. When I had to meet her, and she was like, yeah, he talked about you. I'm going to come there. He wanted me to do a white line for her. And it just hasn't came yet. Mm-hmm. But I know that God. Coming. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, okay.
She's so raw. But I just got to.
Come on.
Y'all, this little executive producer over here, Phoenix, right?
Come on.
And so she is.
I love this lady.
Justice said Lisa Ray and was showing some pictures, baby. She almost broke her ankle. Okay, getting on that Lisa Ray, like she know Lisa Ray, honey. And so she's such a dope. That's a timeless woman.
Yes, I like.
That's a like timeless Chicago. She's strong.
Woman. She's strong.
I love a old strong woman.
Yeah, we yeah. And she wants to help her people. I see her. I don't want to get to the point when I get up there that I don't come back and help my people.
Yeah, no.
You understand?
No, that ain't your energy.
That's what I saw in her. She said, "Oh no problem. Do whatever it is you need to do." When we was together, Yeah. And I was like, "Okay, fine. But you tell me what you want to come up with, whatever." She said, "Whatever you want." That's and I haven't even came up with the pieces, but to know that you got women like her, that's been, like an icon to people that don't look down at you and don't have this way about her. I just thank God, that He put people like that in my life. I'm moving forward with what God told me to do, but it's not about me, y'all. It's not. I can't. God get all the glory.
That's it. Final question. What we're doing here, what you're doing here, what you built, what you're building towards is more than passion. Okay? It's cultural storytelling. We alluded to it a moment ago, and we talked very specifically about what the black culture is and how we have impeded into the fashion world. We kick it indoors in more ways now than ever before. I am so inspired that I am a fashion stylist. I went and I studied in Paris. I'm a certified fashion stylist. I get a bunch of styling gigs. I love my clients, y'allthebomb.com. Okay? y'allthebomb.com. But I am so inspired right now that I am going to formally go back to school to learn how to I design in my head, but I don't sew. Right? I definitely can put some looks together, but I want to formally, get on the track and do the things I want to do. So, we do cultural storytelling. How do you want my roommates, your family and friends, our audience, to feel when they experience you, when they experience Endless Fashion Boutique, and when they come and experience Black Denzyism next Sunday? Okay? How do you want us to feel?
I want you guys to be inspired. That's one of the things I want. I want you to be able to know that you can do anything you put your mind to. You know what I'm saying? I want you to know that at the end of the day, there's nothing too big for God.
That's it. I heard the lady.
The reason why I said this because when I was taking this journey, I doubted myself plenty of times. That's why I never opened the shop.
Of course.
And so when the young lady bowed out, we had to meet last shop. It was just a way for me to say, okay, open up a boutique because it's something you always want to do for women. I mean, for the culture, right? I was hesitating. So
that's the enemy.
Yeah, and this season, I'm telling anybody, what I want you to get from me is that you have not because you ask not.
Yeah.
And on this journey that I'm on, my mentor, my spiritual encourager, and a lot of other people are saying, Joyce, don't worry about the money. It's going to come. Do what God told you to do.
Yeah.
And I did it. and those people start coming. And I'm serious. You, Black Ice, my spiritual encourager, Raquel, DJs. I got professional models that's in. I'm sorry, I don't even have a book. I have a magazine.
I got one for you if you need one.
I know.
Cold-blooded.
I know.
I'm talking about cold-blooded. Phoenix and I. She's my god sister. But Phoenix is a model.
I know.
If you know she's 6 feet tall.
She should be.
And and because I'm about to do. She just asked me to do something, but that's that's neither here nor there. That's if you need her. But when I say cold-blooded,
I may need it.
I'm
about to be talking to the model today. She didn't call me, but she said she would call me back. But I know she has. I met her through my nephew who do clothing, and I just been following her. She was just at the Museum of Science and Music. They did that. They had a fashion show there. At the museum. She was there, and she was one of the models.
Yeah.
She said, "Don't worry about it. I do the cue. I do everything."
Yeah.
God, it's good.
Yes.
You know, because when you take yourself out the equation,
that's it. God gets his shine.
When I'm telling you, He gets all the glory.
He gets his glory.
I'm talking about all of it.
That's it.
I can't take no crap. I can't take no credit for this.
Not at all.
Because what He's telling me to do is us, the saxophonists, the bucket boys, the drums, the singing.
Too much, sis.
Go get a ticket.
Go get a ticket. Okay.
But come on in, you guys, and just let's break bread while we there. Let's collaborate. Let's do some research, and let's meet one another's internet. Let's network. Well, we know because everybody needs somebody. I'm thankful that you came and you interviewed me. I'm thankful that you brought your babies, and just this baby came in and she sent it up here with prayer. When you have a 16-year-old and she loved God and she's doing what God told her to do, it makes you eager to keep doing what God said to do, because God said out the mouth of babes. And I just thank God for her.
Thank you, Lord. Yeah, the Bible said, train a child up, and he or she shall never depart from it. And so I am training them up. But sister, we have Black Dandy. What's the second part of it? I'm so sorry.
Black Dandy, a walk with our ancestors. We're gonna take you back.
It is Sunday. So Sunday after this Sunday that comes up. It is Sunday, September the 21st from 4 to 7 p.m. It is going to be at the iconic Phoenix. It is going to be at the iconic Drexel Fountain, guys, right there off Oakwood Boulevard. Yes. Oakwood Boulevard. It is going to be a night to remember. It's going to be in the daytime, so from 4 to 7 p.m. Rumor Has It podcast, aka Tamika. She's asking you for a black bag over there. It's
out there on the shelf.
It's going to be outside. Okay, it's going to be from 4 to 7 p.m. Rumor Has It podcast is going to be live and direct, just hosting interviews and doing those wonderful things that we do. For my roommates that's on Facebook, do not be dismayed. I am going to put the non-messed up version of this video up, and so don't share this. It's okay because that one is messed up. But the Instagram, you guys have been wonderful tonight. Come and check out my sister's boutique, honey, at
7801 South Cassie. We're open Mondays through Sunday, and we close Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Monday through Sunday. Monday we open from 12 to 6. Sundays we open from 2 to 6, and we do girl talk that day.
Yes.
Where we just talk about what everyday living, what we can do to be better. We do a lot of research and network. So if you have any like jobs that you know that people need, or what else can I say? You got any places where they can go get food, pantry? What is that? The pantry?
Yeah, the food pantry.
Yeah, the food pantry.
Resources
in
in the community.
anything, that we can help, even the recovering addicts, even the ones that's out there suffering, but they need to go get methadone. Come, and I would need you guys' support, because a lot of people come in here and I don't have the resource that I need. Right. So I'm starting to go out now to brass, to other individuals, to recovery homes, and I'm seeking help for the people, because when they come in, they be like, well, you know, a place where I can go, and you know, and I'll be like, yeah, I do, but you know, and then it's mostly now you guys the men. Yeah. They got a lot of places I know for men, but they don't. No, they got it for women. But what I'm saying for men, it's just not too many places. Okay. But so I'm seeking that if you can put it in the inbox, just let us know if you are. You know, like I said, I'm located 7801 South Casey, and man, I'm on a mission.
She on a mission, and I'm gonna tell y'all.
I want to give you this. You know, this is a gift. I think you said something about some months ago you were looking at a blazer, like a jacket here, and so it's a custom piece for you.
Baby, can I show the people?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I just showed y'all this jacket. This jacket a cold piece. I'm gonna wear it again, and I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it now. I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I did tell her. I said, hold this jacket for me.
But I believe you said you wanted this, so I thought it would be something I know you could put together as a stylist. Designer yourself.
Well, y'all, the interview is over. I'm gonna do it right for y'all. I ain't even gonna show y'all all of it, because I'm just gonna go and rock it so raw. Okay? Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you,
That's
baby.
What we do. Thank you. I love you. Man.
Listen, come through, support my sister. I'm going to connect with you in any and all ways that I possibly can. Get the tickets. I am going to now that we've actually concluded our show. I am going to formally start to pitch the show itself with the tickets, where you guys can scan and get tickets. I need my people, especially my people that love fashion, my fashion girlies, my fashion guys, my fashion family. I need for you guys to get tickets to this event. But all are welcome. It's going to be a night to remember, and y'all girls gonna be stepping up in there. Okay, I'm sure everybody gonna step.
Yeah.
But the visionary and all of the other fashion designers and all that, and then the host of the interviews, we ain't gonna disappoint. We gonna be outside, literally outside.
Yes.
Roommates. I love y'all. Okay. Justice supporters, I love y'all too. Okay. Roommates, God make it possible. That's it, that's all. I ain't giving nobody the glory and nobody the credit, not even myself. Okay? Let's be very clear. God is the man. You better find him for yourself if you don't know him. Okay? All right. I love y'all. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
That was awesome.
Oh, sister.
It was, girl.
I told you.
It
It's